Hello, everybody, once again, and Baruch Hashem, another edition of the Hilchos Tefillah Win Shiur. My name is R Yehudah Schwartz, and once again, it's an honor and privilege to be running this shiur twice a week with the goal, the ultimate goal of being able to Mikadesh and Shemayim, and being able to hopefully stop the tide of people coming late to shul, leaving early, talking in shul, etc., so on and so forth. This is being recorded at such a late hour. Gonna go a little quicker tonight, but the the main point of giving a shiur this late at night, actually, it's now like 12:18 at night now, but is the need to keep it consistent, and consistency is a key to everything in life. I was debating maybe we should maybe postpone this shiur, maybe try to do it, maybe Matzah Shabbos, maybe do one shiur only this week and that's it. It is the summer after all. But I figured to myself that it's hard talking to me really, and figured let's try to push anyway and try to get at least the English shiur, and hopefully Mr. Shem will do the Yiddish shiur, Mr. Shem, Matzah Shabbos or a different day. But in the meantime, the English shiur is on regardless. Again, ktyt.org is the place to sign up for your kabolos. Your chance to win $1 million for your shul or open a shul maybe. ktyt.org. So, as we recall last week, he actually finished the Shuir, and I was figuring to myself over the course of the week what we're going to do to what's the next phase of the shiur. So, for this second chelik of the shiur, figuring I was talking to people, and some said we should do Shkafa, some said we should do Pressure Millis. But I figured at this point, until we find a sitter that hopefully everyone could keep up with, Mr. Shem, being able to understand what they're saying and get a sitter which has loose translation and being able to hopefully do basic translations. Maybe we'll wait a few weeks on that, but for now we're going to continue with a different sefer called Tefillah Keren Tosfos, a very old sefer that was actually written by 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 person by Yitzchak Yaakov Fuchs, Shlita, and it's so. And I want to thank Ramesh Leibowitz, actually, who I give in the first year each week the Tefillah of meaning. He recommended this sefer to be done. So I figured this one will be great for now. Hopefully we'll switch off between this, maybe also doing Pershemilis Hashem. But the goal is we are going to continue being consistent every single week. So we're gonna do a little bit of this tonight. It's called Tefillah Chosa, and we're gonna actually jump to Perek Gimel in this sefer. As the first two parakim discusses really other things, that's not a gear really so much for the Tefillah Shiur per se. So I figured myself, one is Mitzvah Tefillah Chiyuva. Maybe Mitzvah will come back to this at a later date. It says there's a mitzvah is said to spout to daven every single day. It says Vavatim Hashem Lekechem, you should serve Hashem God. V'Yazu He Tefillah, and then it's Tefillah. Shnema Olo Adam Chol Avchem. Chum say Ezel Avosh V'Lev to Tefillah. We actually spoke about that in the last year on Monday or Tuesday, Mr. Shem, in Shiur 39. Yesh Yisrael, I'll just do one or two of these, then I'm going to actually go to the Zman Tefillah and Perek Gimel. Yesh Yisrael, Sheker Mitzvah Tefillah is in a Torah, Ve'en Nischa Bezmanayim, D'Rabbanan. And it's also the Nusach and the Zman, D'Rabbanan. Ochad Asurabim, Iked V'Sofim, also according to the Asurabim, Iked and the words of the Sofim, Anshilis Gedolah, Ve'en Tikek Gem is Nischa V'Sedel. They were the ones in Musakan, the Nusach, and also in the Seder of davening. But she will come back to this, Mr. Shem, at a different time. But I mean, it's my Tefillah. That's what I want to really focus on for this shiur. Hamayim Mishnase and Baike, someone was asleep in the morning. Isha Shaya Metis Bishchiva, Vikim Mrs. Kayim. He should wake up slowly, a little bit, and from a slumber. Mikayim bezuises and should grab as soon as they can. Mikayim to be Mikayim to have as Kanama, Kalkanesh should be bull's leopard, and so on and so forth. Yes, Katzvi, Yikavari, Las Atziluk Bishashbayim. Basically, to do is be bull's a leopard, and also Kalkanesha, and he's as a bird, run like a tzvi, and strong as a lion, to do the Rotsa Avicha of a father in heaven. First of all, this is a daim. Should do the it is a daim zmane ebechosa halam pektes sif dal yitzayim Hashem. Next one is Roy loken l'tchos chatzishot lefamer tefillah. It's important to wake up minimum half an hour before davening. Why? Because the haspik that's choinen to the certificate give no key in order to be able to prepare himself daven the with a clean body. Mespal b'chidus. Even someone downs b'chidus. Yizor akapom shalei achasman kishva tefillah. You should be careful the minimum not to miss man kishva tefillah. Next one, Mala Gedola, Al Shkoma Betem Allah Shachar Chal Ba'alela Ba'ayim B'Tefillah B'Toyla. It's a big milo to wake up way early in the morning when the sun rises. Another it's called Zikin. The connection between night and day, B'Tefillah or Toyla, B'Tefillah or Toyla. So the Kabbalah, Rabbis, all this malas that came out of the Chatzos. Some are able to do the Chatzos, which is middle of the night. Most people can do it, some can. Everyone to their own. In the Zois, the diet Tzedach, it's better to sleep a little bit, the Ashkem, to pick up, Bistamim, Mishach Tefillah, and then the Chishik Gifes, to be able to take it easy and make it to work with a bench. A little more, and then we'll say a story and we'll close. Next. Now, this discusses now about putting a talis and tefillin. Aim of Archem al talis el agias man mishiyakes chavei ego imoy kitzas bechiteg lames. Person should make it a talis only the time comes so that to recognize his friend who is able to this from a distance of at least 4 ames. Hanek 50 dakas the nzachama. So it's 50 by the way, not 50. It's 50 minutes before Netzachama, but the Eved, that's in the Eved, better after the time al Shachayatza. Even if it's to be earlier, but the Eved is Yotze. Someone's that are pressing need only, can just come do it. Next, Vayomim Shemashkibem Muktam B'Yoseh. Days where we have to wake up very early in the morning, like Slichas. Yesh Lemna Vachativas Talis. Some that's counted. Some do put on a talis with a bracha. Ella, kishem miyayim misham shem betzitzis b'ochem. When the day comes up, you should touch the tzitzis and make a bracha on it. Of all mitzvahs tzitzis. Next, tchazman of tefillin the kizman is tzitzis. The zman of tefillin is the same time as putting on tzitzis, when putting on the talis. You must have in the winter time. But yet, should make it tefillin right after the shachar. Or to have a moisem, no yitzadech, and light to have a moisem, and then doing it good. Regarding someone that's traveling, don't pay chav zayin if we're mentioning it at a different time. Chashivas meruba, the chashivas says lalicha ben Bais Medresh, tivim das mechtura metfillim. The best thing is to really leave the house to the Bais Medresh wearing talis and tefillin. That's my soul Shem expenses, and it's also possible to be counted to one of 10 people, the first 10 in the Knesset. I discussed that in a shiur a long time ago with the Chaim Kanievsky. I mentioned it's better to be from the first 10 people the shul, the shchenim can come down. Hamashkim b'skenses b'bod leilo. Someone goes to b'skenses when it's still nighttime. Shayim when that turns light in the day. Toiv shese b'skenses about to leave from b'skenses. Sata b'talas tichel tefillin. Sukov is put upon talas and put on tefillin. Because shiv kishem love and be able to come home and go back with it as well. We'll stop over here for now. And now we'll say a story. From, as usual, as we do every single week. From a Pesach Kron. So, in this week's story, now it talks about Tzion, which we say towards the end of davening. This is actually a time where it's brought down in Sfarim, a lot of Sfarim, that Asher Tzin is where the Shefa comes down. And that's when Hashem says, you daven for me, and I'll give you a lot of Shefa. This is referring to Ba'ashay and Sechel at Tzion. Most people get the message, Baruch Hashem, but some minority don't, unfortunately, and they leave shul way before this, and which is not good. Grandchildren being unique, bring unique joy and beauty to family life, embodying innocence, love, and a continuation of a family legacy, as well as the potential to pass on to a new generation the Sura legacy of Yiddishkeit. The excited enthusiasm for life is most often contagious and delightful. It's therefore so special for me to have the opportunity for every weekday shachas to daven for them, and the seeing davening stating like Mishu, Epicho, Pizarcho, Zezacho. The Torah should not be withdrawn from the mouth of your offspring, and not from the mouth of your offspring's offspring. As if a person davens into Sfard. There are other words as well that are precious to him. In the morning Berachos Torah we say, Mi anachnu b'tzetzeinu, b'tzetzeinu, b'tzetze amcha b'tzok kulon yod yishmecha lanu sechasot l'shma. And we, our offspring, and our offspring's offsprings, and the offspring of your people, the house of your soul, know your name and study your Torah for its own sake. Personally, I relish their davening. He relishes davening. One of the most memorable incidents I have ever experienced with his grandson took place several years ago when his wife and him took the two grandsons, Yoel Pfeiffer and David Kramer, to Eretz Yisrael. The trip was meticulously planned, included davening in the Kossel, visiting relatives, and also the holy sites and popular attractions. However, most significant would be our visits to various Rabbanim Rosh Yeshiva to hear their insights of numerous matters. He told the boys to prepare them questions, both halacha and hashkafa, to ask each gadol we would visit. It will be fascinating to hear various expressions of Das Torah and the topics. One of the Torah was visited was a Rosh Weiss, whom he shared a close relationship with. One morning, we drove to his home in remote, where he welcomed us graciously. After some small talk, he asked the Rusher if the boys could ask them questions. He welcomed the questions warmly. He asked the boys in advance to tell them the questions. I wanted to make sure they're intelligent and relevant. When they finished their inquiries and Russia had promptly replied, one of the boys said something that took me aback. He would like to ask the Rav a question that our Zaidi does not know we're asking. How can we repay our grandparents for taking us on this wonderful trip? Rav Moshe smiled broadly. Recently, he began. He became 60 years old. In honor of his birthday, each of his grandsons made a siyum. The younger ones made a siyum on the Pasha Chumash. The older ones made a siyum Mishnayos. The adults made a siyum Masechtas. The greatest thing you can do for your Zaidi and Babi is make a siyum. Rasha was so proud of his grandsons that the unexpected gift, and he assured our boys that there was no great gift to give grandparents. It was for this type of insight that our trip remains so memorable. Which was a helping, the schos of learning Limud Torah, being able to daven kemensh, and hopefully being able to continue being consistent in the shiur of Zecher to Al Shpos Tovis. Have a wonderful night.